Now, this brings me to the next segment. Now, for the past couple months, a user named Saythe, along with his close associate DrSonic, have attempted to make several videos on me with forged and faked evidence, attempting to malign me as a criminal and a pedophile. In this segment, I want to categorically go over their evidence and systematically debunk it, whether that's voice calls they have provided that are completely cropped and taken out of context, or forged and spliced Discord mobile screen recordings that, while at first it may seem genuine, are completely falsified. Then I want to highlight Saythe's allegations of criminal behavior himself, which he's seen openly exhibiting, as well as the disgusting people he openly associates with, proving that he himself is a morally bankrupt hypocrite. Now, in Saythe's first initial video on me called The Truth Behind Parlo, Saythe presents what he claims to be a legitimate Discord mobile screen recording of me admitting to having illicit content to him.
Firstly, the screen recording where Parlo admits to possession of out of panic.
In the recording, he clicks the account, which he claims to be me, clicks the channel linked in their profile, and it appears to direct him to my YouTube channel. To anyone who's unaware of manipulative splicing of mobile recordings, this seems legitimate, but it isn't. First, the account shown is called Parlo Second YT. This was never an account that I operated, this was never rolled in my Discord server, nor do any mutuals of mine have this account friended. Furthermore, if you check mutual servers, this account shared a single mutual server with Saythe, who recorded this video, and this server was in fact most likely Saythe City, Saythe's official Discord server. Furthermore, this account which they claim to be me was completely copied from my old defunct 2023 to 2024 Discord account, Parlo War Era, aka Parlo_YT. They completely copied my profile picture as well as my Discord bio to give the impression that this was the same Discord account. Now, to explain the Parlo channel connection, this is extremely easy. Anyone on YouTube can make a fake Parlo channel and have it connected to their Discord alias. The tick next to their name is not a verification checkmark either. If I use my friend Delta Scheme's Discord profile for a second, his channel is not verified on YouTube because he has less than 100,000 subscribers. However, on Discord, he still has the checkmark nonetheless. So this recording gave the impression to casual viewers that this Parlo channel connected was verified and authentic when it simply was not. Now, when Saythe clicks the channel and it apparently directs him to my main channel, this is very easy to explain once again. He simply spliced the footage, and he admits too that he did this in leaked Discord messages. He mentions to Humbringer how there is a 1-minute time skip between when he clicks the connected channel link and when it shows my channel. Furthermore, he mentions how there is a 0.01 second transition with the loading, which makes it of course inauthentic. To also prove to you, the viewer, how easy it is to forge recordings like these, allow me to show you a fake Guamgo account I made, where I made it say something controversial. Now, when I click the profile, you can see that it has a Guamgo channel linked. This channel was a fake Guamgo channel that I've made, but as it's linked on a Discord account, it looks completely legitimate with the check mark next to it. Now, all I have to do is cut the footage when I click the account and splice in me loading Guamgo's channel with the exact same UI being present, and bam, it looks completely real, as you can clearly see, which I'm playing right now. Now, Saythe would have completely gotten away with what he did with this fake recording if he didn't admit directly to Humbringer that he completely faked and forged this recording to maliciously lie about me for attention.
So here we go. Okay, you're watching? Okay. That's where he pings me. Then I'll hype you guys up. I'll cook Parlo. He's not cooking shit. Anyway, this is the ratting shit. You already know what I deleted there. And then I say I have incredible OPSEC to hit share, because I was. And I was asking him, why didn't he just do like a basicer name? It was like, that's the one thing he can't fake is usernames. And he's always shown. This is why I was believing it too, because he said the anti-troll tag was real. And then he says, but the Parlo, I admit, I faked the recording. Anyway, and then we go up here, we do this, we scroll, we show this. Damn. All right.
Essentially, on screen share, Humbringer had shown his full DMs with Saythe, with me and others present in his call, where Saythe, in these leaked messages, acknowledges that he completely faked the recording and stated that there were two main flaws with the forged recording he had. He highlighted how the 0.01 second transition was so insignificant, however, that no one would have noticed. Saythe also begged Humbringer not to tell anyone that the recording was faked. Even more incriminating was the fact that Saythe, on this account, even encouraged them to try and rat me with a remote access Trojan. This is completely in the US, as it would essentially allow them to have unauthorized access to my device, and this is not the first time that Saythe openly flaunted around this idea. Saythe is seen stating another flaw was the Discord account name, because it is very obvious that I never operated a Discord account called Parlo YT. He admitted that he couldn't fake usernames, and once again admits that the recording was fake. Humbringer then proceeds to show all the mutual friends of this Saythe account to prove that this is in fact him, because as you'll come to find out, Saythe drastically attempted to sweep this under the rug because it completely discredited the lies that he was trying to initially spread and shows in fact how malicious he actually is. As you can see, the username of this account was called Saythe, sharing 25 mutual friends with Humbringer, as well as this Saythe account being present in Save City, his main Discord server. It's pretty clear that this account was legitimate and was actually Saythe. Now, another video that I want to instantly debunk is the following video that Saythe features in his video on me. It essentially shows someone in my Discord server searching for my old 2023 to 2024 account, Parlo_YT, to which they go on the profile, click the connections, and it directs them to my channel.
Alright. Go from right here. You pop this up. Parlo, right? Voila, what do I get, bruh? So triangle, if you're gonna say that this is fake, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This might be real, bruh.
Now, this is incredibly manipulative, and they're attempting to conflate this Parlo_YT account with the Parlo YT account, and hoping that no one would notice the problem with these usernames. As I stated earlier, they attempted to impersonate the Parlo_YT account by copying the profile picture and Discord bio. So essentially, with this recording, they are completely debunking themselves and proved how bad faith they really are. They were trying to claim that this Discord account, which I actually owned, was the same one shown in Saythe's recording, but anyone who actually pays attention can clearly see they are completely different accounts. They have completely different account tags. Also, I haven't used the Parlo_YT account in very many months. It literally got like warned on Discord and I got locked out of it. Now, in an attempt to lie even further, Saythe attempts to play victim and claims that the account shown in the screen recording which Humbringer leaked, which admitted to faking evidence, wasn't actually him, so I'm going to quickly debunk this. He attempts to show a screen recording recorded from his actual Discord account with the tag Saythe backwards, with his join date being the 3rd of October 2024. In this screen recording, he searches for another account that he claims to be the one shown in the screen share, in which he attempts to spin as fake, and an account never owned by him. This is extremely laughable, however, but it may be a little confusing for you, the viewer, to understand what he did, so allow me to explain. The account he searches up in the screen recording is called Saythe. Keep in mind the dot at the end, and the account's creation date, which was September the 10th, 2025 as well, keep that in mind. Now, the account which Humbringer leaked the DMs of was called Saythe with no dots at the end, and was created on the 3rd of October 2024, the exact same day as Saythe's actual account which he was filming the screen recording on, quote-unquote defending himself. That means the account being searched for and being blamed in the screen recording that Saythe's doing here is not the same one that Humbringer leaked the DMs of. This also means that the actual Discord account that Saythe operated, being the tag Saythe backwards, had the exact same join date as the Saythe account which the DMs were originally leaked from, proving that this was the exact same account and that Saythe tried to change the tag to conceal his previous admissions. To basically dumb it down, the account Saythe was using was the one that made the admissions to Humbringer. He was trying to conceal that. Also, if you focus on the date that Saythe sent his messages to Humbringer on the 5th of September, these messages predate the Discord account creation of the Saythe dummy account, which was created 5 days later on the 10th. So once again, it's a completely illogical defense here. So essentially, Saythe created a new completely different account with a similar tag and attempted to use this as the dummy account to redirect all blame and attention to, claiming that this was an account that he never operated and the one that Humbringer originally messaged and leaked the DMs of. Saythe even forged DMs of Humbringer, attempting to make it look like he impersonated as Saythe all along and faked the admissions when that's simply not true. I'll give it to Saythe, it's smart, but when you actually really start to look at this all, his defenses fall apart very quickly. Now, beyond this point, Saythe eventually changed the dummy account tag to his old tag from his main account to reduce suspicion after the Saythe tag with no dot was freed and was available. He then regularly changed the tag of his main account to of course confuse people who were following closely to his tracks. Now, I want to tackle two more massive lies which Saythe attempted to spread in his video, which are unfortunately still being spread to this day. The main one being that I apparently admitted to having illicit
You know, this all sounds crazy and all, but what if I told you it gets worse from there? To begin with, Parlo during a voice call where he questioned whether he possessed or not, literally accidentally admitted to watching it. As weird and stupid as that sounds, he actually accidentally admitted to it. Here is the footage.
If they think that they can make a police report, they're not gonna find anything. It's so stupid. Like, I watched this. Yeah, sure thing.
Dude, Parlo, you just cooked yourself. You just cooked yourself. You're getting sauteed.
Now, if you actually listen to the clip, it's very evident that I'm being sarcastic and the context has just been completely cropped out. I mean, the point I was making was that someone could make a police report on me and the police would not find anything. But yeah, I totally have that content. Yeah, sure. Like, yeah, I watched this. Yeah, sure thing. Even the people in the call, most prominently Humbringer, acknowledges that this statement was simply just an edgy, satirical comment. Sure, maybe in bad taste given the circumstances, but it's not indicative of anything. It's just Saythe once again throwing anything he can against the wall to see what sticks, and he is so unbelievably bad faith that he will twist something that is so evidently a sarcastic comment to which he knows is a joke into a quote-unquote genuine admission. Now, in order to corroborate this already pathetically false Saythe and his associates utilize another fake recording, this time apparently between me and a user named Investigator, where I apparently once again admit to having content.
Then he proceeded to deny it to Investigator. Here's a screen recording of that.
As you can see, this is Parlo's actual username, which cannot be taken or used again by any other individual, and by the screen recording itself, you're going to see Parlo is just disgusting.
Now, I'll give it to them this time. This recording does look more genuine than the previous forged recording, as this time it shows an actual Discord tag that I operate. However, this is once again forged. Now, in order to instantly invalidate this recording, I essentially had a mutual named Kronos add me in a group chat with Investigator, so I could simply just click on Investigator's profile, open up my DMs with him, and prove that I have absolutely no message with him whatsoever and I've never spoken to him before. Now, when this took place, conveniently Investigator immediately left the group chat and blocked Kronos, and even more telling was the fact that I had no DMs with Investigator whatsoever, and this was under the account which had the exact same tag that was shown in the forged recording. It was very evident that Investigator clearly left the group chat to quickly hinder my ability to look at his DMs, to of course prove him to be a malicious liar, as it would have been revealed that we never spoke in the first place. Now, since there is absolutely no DM history between me and Investigator whatsoever, this once again proves that the second recording is completely faked and forged and not true. What is even more telling is that Investigator himself has done disgusting things, such as actively changing his profile to dox information of a minor to harass them and drive them off the internet. Clearly, Saythe and his associates, who he situates himself around, are objectively abhorrent people who wish to forge accusations against individuals they hate purely to harass and defame them so they can deflect away from their own actions. They get some sick kind of satisfaction off of what they do, and unfortunately they trick so many people in the process into believing their lies, so they'll just only continue to do this to more and more people.
He also swallowed numerous other minors, such as gnats, and other minors that prefer to be anonymous.
I'm not even finished. He was also trying to peer pressure a minor into playing the mod with him, which if you don't know is a Minecraft mod absolutely not made for Minecraft. He also legit says word by word that no one will believe his exposers, which alone shows how much of a suspicious guy he is.
More completely fake screenshots are also provided with absolutely no evidence whatsoever to prove that I've ever said this. And once again, burden of proof falls on the accuser to confirm the veracity of these Discord messages, which they simply do not do. But as we know, Saythe is a malicious and false accuser, and they've proven that they absolutely have no credibility when it comes to situations like these. It speaks volumes that no recordings are shown of these supposed messages that I sent, and even more telling was that I've never messaged a person named Hexington, and when I search for these logs, it comes up with absolutely nothing. I don't have any DM history with this guy once again.
Also, the fact that this isn't even the first time he's been caught talking sexually to minors. He's been doing this since almost 2023. Here are screenshots from back then literally showing him talking weird to Notice how one of the old screenshots say he only gets kids and he coincidentally gets catfished by kids, you know, like Dupe for an example? Strange.
Now, what I do find hilarious is when they attempt to conflate these obviously faked messages with edgy jokes that I did say in 2022 to 2023, that albeit are extremely cringe and edgy, but once again aren't indicative of anything. The top left screenshot was sent in my server when I was 16 and stripped of all apparent context. The next screenshot was evidently a joke of me pretending to be a Discord moderator, and to which Dupe in 2024 stated was a joke himself. Yes, it did age horribly given the context of Dupe later admitting to being a catfish and having lied about his age, but this is not a genuine admission of anything. It's not indicative of anything. It's just a dumb joke edgy comment that I made. The Maple comment was once again a joke. They were 17, I was 18, and we are still friends to this day and are on good terms. And a top right comment was another dark humor edgy joke I made for attention when I was 16. I mean, bringing up these screenshots is emblematic of maliciousness, especially when taking into account what they're trying to insinuate when bringing up these jokes. Their intent is abundantly clear. They're mixing edgy jokes with forged evidence to try and malign me and maliciously slander me. Now, I want to focus on the final two largest claims levied against me that are completely untrue coming from Saythe.
Now to the next point, Parlo tries to deny the recordings of him admitting he was aware that he was a literal 2-year-old.
Parlo.
Dude, you were legit in the server, there are logs of it.
Let me speak, guys. I have one question.
What?
Okay. No
Nivok
attitude.
versus Parlo. Who will win
No
this
attitude. Meanwhile, you, Nivok, got a little clip of me saying retroactively looking back at the Dupe messages, I can see that there are a few red flags. I saw red flags that he was. One of the largest claims was when he took what I said in a Discord stage with him and 20 other people completely out of context and attempted to frame what I said as a genuine admission, being that I somehow knew Dupe's actual age at the time when I clearly didn't. Meanwhile, you, Nivok, got a little clip of me saying retroactively looking back at the Dupe messages, I can see that there are a few red flags. I saw red flags that he was 12. I knew that he was a grader.
See, Parlo simply admitted.
He then went around spreading this clip along with other bad actors, so I'm going to offer full clarification on this. When I was invited on stage in Saythe's server and debated Nivok at this time had made a video completely maligning and defaming me as a over the Dupe situation. Now for context, in my video titled My Side, I stated in the video that retroactively looking back at my message history, I should have been more aware of a few red flags present, being that Dupe claimed that he didn't have a mic so he couldn't reveal his voice, along with excuses for why he didn't want to show his face. In a message he had stated to Nats as well, he was even seen admitting that he lied about his age and catfished me for over 1 year 8 months, stating that I had no reasonable way to know his actual age. However, it was still 100% my responsibility to have asked Dupe for a provisional driver's license or some form of legal identification. Looking back, I was far too trusting and extremely negligent not to see through some of the red flags and excuses that Dupe used, to which I will touch upon more later. Nivok took this red flag comment and deliberately twisted the narrative to make it seem like I somehow admitted to knowing that there were red flags, proving that Dupe was. I again have no idea how he derived that claim if it wasn't just him being extremely malicious saying this, because not once did I ever say that in my response video.
I hate Parlo, I hate his fans, and I hate his content. I'm done hiding this. Parlo is a in this video, I will reveal the truth. Parlo also failed to verify that Dupe was 16 and 17.
However, it was still 100% my responsibility to have asked Dupe for a provisional driver's license or some form of legal identification. Looking back, I was far too trusting and extremely negligent not to see through some of the red flags and excuses that Dupe used, to which I will touch upon more later.
Parlo admits here that there were red flags that Dupe was.
And Nivok even eventually removed this video from his channel without offering me any apology or public retraction for openly maligning and defaming me as a. Now, on the stage, I confronted Nivok and paraphrased exactly what he said in a combative tone, being that he took my red flag comment and manipulated it into being something that it wasn't.
What?
Okay. No
Nivok
attitude.
versus Parlo. Who will win
No
this
attitude.
round?
Meanwhile, you, Nivok, got a little clip of me saying retroactively looking back at the Dupe messages, I can see that there are a few red flags. You derived that to being, I saw red flags that he was. I knew that he was. He is a and then you use ChatGPT to do it. Do you know how that is?
I'm just trying to ask a good question.
You literally
Alright, so
made
I don't believe the video proof. I don't think that's you.
Unfortunately, however, this was completely cropped out of context and made into some admission that I somehow knew that dupe was. Again, this is not true whatsoever, and hopefully with the full context being presented, it adds a lot more clarity to the situation. Again, Saythe completely lied and twisted the narrative to benefit himself, and managed to get away with it for months. Navolk even attested on video that the clip was completely taken out of context.
Can you just confirm for everyone on the record that the clip that Saythe was leaking out of context was just completely and utterly cropped out?
Yeah, so from what I remember in that call, you were debunking a claim that you allegedly knew the age of Dupe and like that he was like a grader, which Saythe cut out the first part of it where you were talking about people were saying that, and he just cut the context for the clip himself.
Now, the final largest claim Saythe utilizes against me was once again completely taken out of context.
And also to brush off these people who got uncomfortable by that content is not videos, is also not.
Alright, then the one is cropped. If it's cropped, then you did see it, right? Why is that?
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
So what?
What?
Boxy, the person you're defending admitted to viewing, you know what? What you're gonna say for that?
Now, the context behind this situation was that I was describing a situation to do with Bucketeer. Essentially, when he was around 14 or 15, 2023, he'd posted a very questionable video that they described as a fitness video. Now, I don't want to go into detail about the specifics of this video, however, the legality was up for a lot of debates. Now, while I made it clear it was problematic for Bucketeer to have posted this content to other someone on call stated if the content was cropped and if I had seen it, attempting to provide me with a bad faith loaded question to goad me into making some admission, apparently trying to incriminate myself. I reply with clarification to the question saying, so what?
So what?
Saythe then completely takes this out of context and warps this into me stating, so what?
Now I'm gonna show you another timestamps where he basically admits to cropping and viewing.
You did see it, right? Why is that?
So what?
See, he just said so what, and we were like silently shocked. I was like, no way, did he just say so what?
Once again, trying to make it look like I've just admitted to one of the worst things imaginable and that I'm somehow doubling down on it, which is not true whatsoever. This was yet more evidence that Saythe doesn't actually care about the fundamental context behind any situation to do with me. He only twists what part of the situation he can for his own insidious benefit. And it's just completely insane looking at this all. Saythe completely lied, reframed the narrative, and people are flooding to him in the comments claiming that he was right all along, when he is a malicious liar who has actively committed numerous crimes.
Let's look at the corners here. Let's have a look at the corners here. Look, you see the corners right here? That's normal, right? Next frame, why is it cut off like that? Why is it cut off like that? And why is the other side like so weird compared to like its normal thing here? The next frame, it's completely fine again. And then when you go again, you can see it's kind of jagged.
Saythe, on his now deleted account, openly admitted to forging false accusations against Arham, who was 5 years old, directly to Guamga. Saythe attempted to malign Arham as a criminal to try and harass him and ruin his life. It was calculated and absolutely disgusting, and it should put any claims he ever makes in the future directly into question. In another group chat, Saythe would make lies that I posted content inside of it, and then when he was challenged on these lies, he states if I had any evidence to prove I didn't, trying to of course levy the burden of proof fallacy. I can't exactly prove that I didn't do something if what they're alleging is a lie with zero evidence behind it to begin with. That is why them making these forged recordings often works in their favor. Most of the time it's incredibly hard to disprove videos like these. Now, in an alleged screen recording against Saythe is seen communicating to a user that he wishes to send anti-troll's Discord token to a known UT member called FPS, in hopes that FPS would then spam content under anti-troll's account to frame him. This user is then seen directly admitting to Saythe that they too had content and that they would want to participate as well, which Saythe is then seen allegedly stating, do it, I'll blame FPS for it. So if this recording is indeed true, then Saythe was complicit and actually encouraged behavior on his own volition. And this is the same person who is attempting to forge evidence against me for the exact same thing, which is extremely hypocritical. Saythe was even seen directly communicating with this same user on how they would download all of anti-troll's DMs and then spam on his account to frame him once they token log his account. Saythe was even seen discussing with FPS on how to get anti-troll to install a remote access Trojan onto his computer to compromise his account. Saythe even showed his DMs with this user on YouTube, further proving the veracity of these Discord message logs, and with him even being seen in these messages encouraging the person to once again spam the content to other users, making himself look worse in the process. In another screenshot, Saythe is allegedly seen bragging about having the address of someone and having their score. He then follows up by threatening anti-troll that the same would happen to him unless he removes his channel. Saythe, in another screenshot with him having a colored role, is now seen bragging that they have the information of someone else, but that they wouldn't leak it yet. Saythe also had editor permissions on a Google slide attempting to expose anti-troll that had uncensored content as quote-unquote evidence, directly incriminating himself in the process. When he realized how fundamentally disgusting it was for him to do this because it directly himself, he then removed it out of his Google Slides. Now, if this content wasn't Saythe and didn't contain anything, then why did you remove it? Now, in reference to Saythe attempting to rat my device and making his intentions clear numerous times, even bragging with his friend Jake that they were attempting to manipulate me into downloading their malware, Saythe, on top of that, had even operated a Discord server along with Jake, which was solely made to rat users that they were targeting. Their rules specifically state not to tell anyone about their ratting plans or there would be major consequences. In the leaked general chats provided to me, it shows Saythe being directly complicit with users in his server on how to formulate commands and scripts to steal the passwords of other users. I also find it imperative to bring up that when Saythe was under the belief that Jake could have someone, Saythe was seen stating in reply he wouldn't care if it turned out to be true, only being focused instead on how they could work together on manipulating me into downloading their malware so that they could compromise my accounts, once again showing how morally bankrupt they really are. Saythe was even seen a smaller YouTuber named Warren, claiming that if he refuses to quote-unquote agree to peace, then they would just straight up go after him and target him. Saythe then follows up by stating that they're not trying to silence him, only that they want to end their drama on good terms. Saythe then states that pizza would be the least of his concerns if he fails to comply, to which he then openly him with the consequences that would follow if he refuses to engage, which are far more insidious. Saythe then once again states to Warren that you better end this on good terms, you don't want to risk your whole life for this. Now, it's pretty clear that Saythe would be complicit in the harassment that directly follows Warren. He's wording what would happen as if he has some subtle foreknowledge, but it's crystal clear that in private, he operates servers where he works directly with other disgusting people to try and harass vulnerable targets that he can ruin the lives of. Now, hopefully this segment gives a lot more clarity in regards to debunking the sheer amount of slander, misinformation, and bullshit spread by Saythe, while also highlighting how malicious he truly is and exactly how he operates when it comes to him maligning and harassing individuals, and hopefully he doesn't get away with the stuff that he himself has done.